Is this where we met then?
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Right. Stop. Left. Yeah. Tail forward. Yeah.
Okay, let's do.
You know.
Okay, fine. Then why is black color?
Black is here.
Where?
Left. Right. Left. Yeah.
This. Wait, this one?
Yeah.
Starting from where? Here?
The 3 o'clock of the painting.
Okay.
Imagine it's a clock. But it's
Okay.
still near the edge. Lower. Higher. Lower. Okay, so you just draw anti-clockwise until 100. Yeah. Okay.
Stop.
Hi, my name is Shalom, and I'm an artist, writer, and entrepreneur. I just co-founded a visual art studio with my partner who's visually impaired. We are called the Rebirth Ensemble. So growing up, I was a child artist. I was really inspired by my brother. He was autistic, and we both have muscular dystrophy. And he took lessons at the then very special arts, now called Art This. And he did so well that my mom actually got a private art tutor to mentor him after that. That was more than 20 years ago, and as a primary one kid, I sat in his lessons at the back of this house. And I really loved what my brother was doing, and I wanted to do the same thing. So my brother's name was Isaac. He was 4 years older than me. And he was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy at birth. And also 4 years later, when he was a toddler, he was diagnosed with autism. He spoke through his art. And he did a lot of abstract pieces like you can see behind me, but they really conveyed a message of hope and also empowerment. Through his art, actually, his disability became a superpower because he was able to express himself on the canvas. The grief I experienced after losing my brother was very deep. It remains the most difficult challenge I've had to overcome, more than my disability, even. Losing him was like losing a part of myself, because growing up we did everything together, and our lives also crossed paths through art, and that was the one thing that we both shared, that we both really had growing. And losing him felt like I lost a part of my artistic self as well, because I only became an artist because of him, and he was my inspiration for all these years. So this painting that you see is called Summers Simply. It really reflects my brother's personality of joy, of laughter. From what my mom told me, he used a long paintbrush to complete this because on the stage he really had lost all of his motor function, so it was quite difficult to paint over such a large canvas. I really hope to show it to the world one day. Okay, you add higher, 3 horizontal strokes, but the longest is the high. Wait. 3 horizontal strokes. It's horizontal lines, but the top line is the longest. Ta-da!
Should I add more shading because it's very light?
Yeah. Rebirth Ensemble was started by me and my girlfriend, Amanda. We are both persons with disabilities. So I have mobility disability due to muscular dystrophy, and she has a genetic eye condition that causes progressive vision loss. We were both painters when we were younger, and we were very passionate visual artists. However, due to the progressive nature of our conditions, over time we lost our ability to paint, and we also lost our passion for visual art. But having found each other in April 2023, we realized that our dreams could still be revived, and this is what led us to start Rebirth Ensemble last October 2024. Because I can be her eyes and she can be my arms and legs, and we can both make art that really tells a story of how no matter how difficult life is, no matter what barriers you face, there can always be opportunities, and there can always be new beginnings that can be forged through partnerships. Another thing that we would really love to do is to also bring back my late brother's artistic legacy. We believe that art is to showcase how one sees the world. And whether it's me, Amanda, or Isaac, we all have different ways, unique ways of looking at the world through the lens of our various disabilities. For me, it's mobility. For Amanda, it's vision. For my brother, it was really about how a neurodivergent person sees the world. And together with the three of our existing collections, we also plan to make art that showcases all three of our styles and all three of how we see the world. And we hope that this art will also help to revive my brother's creative legacy, while also forging a future for me and Amanda in the arts. How we collaborate is, so we start off on a blank canvas. So I'm like the creative director or inspiration behind every art piece, but I let Amanda have her own take on whatever it is that I tell her to draw, and to implement her own style as well. That's how we can both our artistic interpretation into the piece, and it's quite rare to have two mainstream artists, let alone disabled artists, to agree on the same thing for a particular work. So and we hope to also showcase that it can be done. It's possible for two artists who are disabled to also make art that they both can identify as their own and can resonate with audiences.
So you totally just provide high power.
Yeah, pretty much.
The reason why I need to go so close to the paper or the surface is because I can only see things that are up close. If it's too far like this, it gets very blurred. So if you want me to smudge the lines or draw something like that, I can, it's equal to I can't see anything, I just blind drawing. But my vision requires me to be up close to the subject, even if it's other things like telephone or anything that I need to see. I have to be up close so that I will be able to still see a little bit, not as clearly as other people, but at least a little bit of things helps. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
I think it's fine.
Wait, this one too thin. Why this one, the eyebrow so thin?
Eyebrow?
Yeah.
Is that how you see that?
This piece has 3 eyebrows.
So we're planning to produce limited edition artworks for high net worth individuals, but we will also market to galleries, curators, corporates, and people who are interested in investing in art. We also will diversify into art merchandising for the general consumer, and we hope that these different business activities you would be able to build a sustainable enterprise. This brings to mind a quote from 2014 movie The Theory of Everything, based on the late Stephen Hawking's life. It says, "There should be no boundaries to human endeavor. However bad life may seem, there's always something you can do and succeed at. When there's life, there's hope." And that's what I firmly believe as disabled artists. We too should have a chance to run our own business and to show the world that it can be done. Because ultimately, there are no boundaries to human endeavor.
Where would you like to have dinner later?
After you can eat in the office.
You want to eat in the office?
Yeah.
Sure. But no curry chicken rice. A lot of people think that persons with disabilities have difficulties finding love. I agree to a certain extent because for people like us, our daily challenges are actually quite a lot. So finding love actually sometimes to me is not important in the past. But I think ever since I met Shalom, I realized that he can be my eyes, I can be his arms, and that's what we have been doing for each other in this relationship. He often help me see things, and when I push him in his chair, he will also guide me,
Yeah.
just to make sure that I don't like run him to the wall, and vice versa. He will help me to see this world, and he will describe to me.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is that we enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
We hardly feel like frustrated with each other, like why do I have to do this for you, why do you have to do this for me?
Yeah.
I think it's the complementing of each other that brings us closer. The willingness to complement each other that brings us closer.
Yeah, I've been having two of us together. We really work as a team, and we're so excited for building our life together and having a future, because that would mean the world to us.